everyone, this is David. Welcome back behind the velvet rope. Let's just get right into it here today as I adjust my mic. So I'm sorry if that doesn't sound good, everybody.
I just had to adjust my green screen. It was like all over the place.
I mean, adjusting the mic. Welcome, David, Velvet Rope, Sarah Fraser.
Hi, David Yontef. Oh my God.
That's your B-level introduction here today, Sarah.
David, do we have dirt? And I'm just going to say it. I think you owe me lunch.
I owe you lunch.
I think you owe me lunch at Craig's, which I hear the food is terrible, but the scene is great.
Now, here's a couple of things. First off, let's start with our last time we talked about a text that you received from the one, the only Miss Candiace Dillard.
Yes, Candiace.
And you said she texted you to say, hey girl, how's LA, bish? And that she is getting ready to film RHOP. And I called bullshit. I said, I think Candiace is very good at what she does. Love me some Candy Gal, but love the music too. It's real music. But you know, that I thought this was a red herring and Candiace was putting it out there on purpose so you would spread the narrative. You did get press, Sarah. I got you picked up.
Oh my God, David got the press. Like, I don't know if I want this press or not. I know. Do you think it's a violation? Should I have read her text? I have not heard from her. I hope that's a good sign that she's just busy. But maybe it's a sign we're no longer friends. I don't know.
Listen, there are so many housewives that kind of hate me. I'll silence my phone, everyone. There are a bunch of housewives that hate me. So I don't know. You know, I find that these housewives just don't understand that you and me and their neighbor and their barber and their beautician and their nail person, that the rest of us people need to eat. We actually need to put food in our bodies. Now, I've put a lot of food in my body and things are going in the wrong direction, but I'm taking care of it. I've made some appointments. Shout out to Dr. Julie. And we're going to rectify some of the things that are happening here, but we all need to eat. And, yeah, so I find that in my experience, the housewives get mad if you are on your knee pads kissing their ass. They will still be mad about something because they are up there and we are all down here in this world. So do I think Candiace is mad at you that you read these texts on Behind the Velvet Rope? And if you come on Behind the Velvet Rope, if you're Beyonce or if you're Sarah Fraser, you still get the same amount of press. I got you some press. It's in print. Sarah Fraser has spoken out about Candy Gal. I told you were going to get press as soon as you said this, but I don't think I think she is, look, there's a lot of cool housewives, like Margaret's never gotten mad at me for anything, for revealing anything. So I don't think Candiace, I think Candiace really gets the game of television. And I think Candiace, as long as people are talking about her, I think Candiace is thrilled. I don't think every housewife feels that way. I know Ashley Darby as well. And I know she's been on more of a spiritual journey and she really, I don't think she hasn't said this to me, but I just, in knowing her and seeing her at events, I don't think she likes the gossip. I don't think Candy really cares. I don't think Candiace cares at all. I think Candiace doesn't give a fuck as long as people are talking. She's now picked up for another season. No, I just felt, and I didn't reveal everything in the text message. I guess it's one of those things where, it's a fine line, I think, of like reading people's personal texts. But overall, I think, and I will follow up with her this week, that she would be happy that I was defending and saying she would be back. And now it looks like she'll be back. And please, when you talk to Candy Gal, tell her that I wasn't coming for her. I didn't believe it. I didn't believe her text, which I guess I was kind of shading her, but I just was giving my honest opinion. I had nothing against her. I really thought it was a red herring. And, I believed the hype of like, listen, I think she should be back. I'm thrilled she's back. And I thought she was probably coming back. But the more I read that she wasn't, the more I'm like, this makes sense. It wasn't like I was reading Teresa Giudice is not coming back to the Real Housewives of New Jersey because they fired her. That doesn't make sense. But I was like, this Candy Gal gets a little crazy sometimes.
She has to be on your show. I love you. I mean, and you're so sincere and you like ride for like everybody that's been on your show. Like I'm like more of a bitch on this like podcast than you are. Like I'm always talking shit about people and you're like, no, they're really nice. I'm like, oh, fuck, David. But I will say this. Also, Candy fuels the drama. That tweet earlier this week where she wrote, well, when one door closes, another door opens. Here's my theory on that. I think that was referring to something in her music career, or even more so in her acting career, because honestly, in knowing Candiace a little bit and having Chris Bassett on, my show over the years, Candy, I think, really wants to be a legit actress and singer. That's what she really wants to do. And I think
Yeah.
I don't think she gives a shit about Housewives, like long term. I think she's going to parlay that into, how can I be an actress? I think that tweet was probably about a big role she was going for that she may not have gotten.
Interesting. Well, no, I agree with you that I think she wants this singing. Listen, her album, first of all, she was a couple of things that you said. A, she was on my show. B, you're right. You come on my show, you do get like 6 months where I'm like gonna bow down to you. It's a little long now, Candy Gal. So you're starting to get in that category of like, I might say something bad about you because it's, a year and 2 months ago doesn't keep me warm at night. So Candy Gal, come back, because then I will sing your praises like Sarah's. You're right. When someone comes on my show and does the show, I will sing their praises for a good amount of time until you don't. And then, you got to come back, or I'm going to have to put you on the chopping block. But I think I owe you lunch at Craig's. I think, the latest is, she put that out there. You know what I think also? I think Candy Gal listened to our talk. They all listen, Sarah. They say they don't, but I have so many examples of things where I'm like, no, I think she listened. I never thought, this isn't my ego.
I keep thinking that I never
thought anyone listened, honestly.
I know, but you have a chart-topping podcast, and I forget that every week when we do this, and I say so much shit. Okay, go on.
I don't think they listen to me. I think when it's New Jersey, I do. I think the Jackie Goldschneider listens. I think when it's their thing, when they see Wendy Osefo on Behind the Velvet Rope, Giselle wants to hear. Same thing with Salt Lake. When I had Meredith Marks on, I know for a fact 2 of these little lovely women listened to see what Meredith was saying about them. So I think if Candy Gal sees her name in the title, like she might have, I think personally, this sounds so ego driven, but I truly think she listened. And I think she was like, and I think she might have even seen the press that said Sarah Fraser says this.
I get it.
Mind you, you also said, I don't want to reveal anything else. And it says that in the article. So it's you have a good look on you for this. And you also said you thought she was coming back, but I think that she read it and she said, oh no, Behind the Velvet Rope and Sarah Fraser, I will control the narrative of my return to Potomac. And I think she posted that person. You have that? Yeah, it's your opinion. My opinion is that her post has something to do with you and me. And that is so fucking ego. It sounds so ego driven, but I'm not. I think the timing of it is just strange that it was announced that she's coming back, but